is Mackenzie, and I go to the University of Lethbridge, and I'm in political science in my
Wicked.
second year.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for sitting down with me. You just wrapped up your first season with StudentWorks. You ran your business in Cochrane, so a little bit further away from where you went to school, and you had to make lots of trips back, but you got it done, and you wrapped it up, and you're coming back next year. So I just wanted to go through a few questions. What made you want to start running a business with us last year?
Just the sound of it sounded interesting to me and just kind of a new challenge that I had never heard of before and that I didn't think most people were doing. So I was just like, let's try this out, see how this works. I was kind of tired just working normal minimum wage jobs, um, and wanted to kind of branch out and try something different to better myself.
Great, awesome. Well, I think you did that, and I hope you did that.
Maybe.
So what did you learn through running your business, either about business or about yourself?
Well, I learned a lot about business and just how to manage people, what to do, what not to do, how to deal with harder clients and maybe people that you don't want to deal with, but you have to, and how to do it positively so that it doesn't leave a bad review. I learned a lot about myself and just how far I am willing to push myself and how far I can go, both mentally and physically. Since I'm not a huge fan of heights, the physically was going up on ladders, even though my painters like didn't want to, so I had to, or just taking that from them and not making them do it, just to keep them safe and comfortable working for me and not pushing them too hard. And then just running this business was very hard. It was, but it was a good challenge, and I'm really happy I did it.
Outside of like business skills and stuff, what else did you maybe take away from the program that you didn't expect?
I took away how much time management is very important, not just with work and earning a business, but with life. Having a planner, a calendar, and planning your days and making sure you get done everything you need to get done is super important. As well as just being organized, because if you're not organized, it just everything just hits the fan and it doesn't go well for you. I found at the beginning I was really organized and had everything going, but then the last few weeks when I just had a job here or there, I found myself getting less organized, and I was like, why am I doing this? I was doing so good at the beginning, had everything ready weeks in advance, and then I was starting to fall off a little bit because, just wanted to finish up and get everything done. So I was kind of letting it slide a bit, but organization is definitely important, especially with the bigger business you're running. You need to be organized with every aspect, whether it's your painters or just paperwork and flyers and everything like that, to your calendar. Just being an overall organized person will definitely help me in the future, and learning that will do me well.
I bet. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it is mind blowing how it seems like such a simple thing, and it's a simple word, organization, or time management. What does that actually mean? And when you're running a business, you really find out what that actually means. So, good on you for kind of learning that quickly, and I'm excited to see then what next year brings. So, which brings me to my next question. So you're coming back for another year.
Mm-hmm.
What made you want to sign back for another year, and what do you hope to get out of next year?
For me this year, like, I did learn a lot about running a business, painting, myself, everything like that. So I feel like now I have a good foundation for the basic stuff for this company. And I didn't make as much in sales as I would have liked to. So I definitely want to come back and do a lot better in sales, make a better profits, get better painters, because my painters kind of sucked this year, and just apply everything I've learned this year and just make next year 10 times better. And then use organization skills and time management skills even more to stay organized and to meet the goal that I have set for myself, and have a much smoother summer, because this year was very stressful.
Awesome. Well, I mean, I'd say the joys of running a business. And like I said, I'm proud of you getting to the end and getting to where we're at. And I'm super pumped to see that, yes, as you said, you have that foundation, and then kind of now where can we go with it, right? So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So, final question. If you could give one piece of advice to someone that was maybe considering getting into running their own business, what would that be?
Um, Definitely like use the people around you, like the vets. I know I've made really good relationships with a couple of the vets in my area, and just having those conversations with people who are going through the same things you are, have been through it, have literally seen probably anything that you could be going through and more. And they've dealt with it and they know how to deal with it and how to manage their painters and deal with clients and manage a bigger business. For me, at least, all my vets did manage a bigger business. So having those conversations with them and having them kind of having my back. I mean, like, okay, call, like, we'll have these calls, we'll talk, we'll hold each other accountable. Like, I want you to reach your goals. Like, people that are looking out for you and they want to see you succeed, like, use those people. Have someone to hold you accountable. I know that's what helps with me, is having someone to be like, I'm going to call you in a week. And if you don't do the goal that you said you were going to do a week ago when we were on the phone, then that's not okay. That's what myself and another vet are going to be doing this year for each other, is calling each other every week and setting up goals, and then calling the next week being like, hey, did you reach it? No. Why? Yes. Okay. Let's aim bigger next week. So just using the people around you, because they've all been through it and they all know what you're going through and they can really help, and they want to help because they want obviously everyone in the company to do well, and they're just really good friends to have, because sometimes your friends outside of student works don't understand what you're going through, and it's good to have those people that you can just like talk about, like, oh, I had a terrible client last week, and they're like, oh dude, tell me about it. And it's just like a nice thing to have. I don't know, I took that away a lot, and I'd suggest that to anyone, is like, use those people.
A
They're
hundred
there.
percent. No, I totally agree. There's the nine, district managers and 140 franchisees that you have access to, almost about 150 people that at any moment you could just pick up the phone and call. And all these people have, either, like you said, gone through what you've gone through or are going through it, and are happy to help. No one's competing with one another. Yeah, we've got our internal Facebook page. There's so much advice given out. Just a huge network and a huge kind of family, and a lot of very strong relationships that last forever, which is amazing. So, and that's kind of where a lot of people that venture into business on their own, it's very lonely. If you were to just do something on your own, you wouldn't have that network. So, thank you for sharing that, because I think a lot of people sometimes don't realize that about business, is that it can be fun if you do it in the right kind of environment, and we've definitely created that. So, thank you for sitting down with me and
Yeah.
answering those questions, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Yeah.